Hello, everybody, and welcome to this end of week review. Where we're gonna review the last few things that we have gone over. Oh, look at this! It's my doggy Maggie. Hello, Maggie, Yabusha. Oh yeah, she's so cute. And then there's my little brother Phil. All right, let's get back to it. So, end of week review. This week, or these last 2 weeks, we've talked about the Age of Enlightenment. It's often called the Age of Enlightenment, but can be called the Age of Reason. It was an intellectual movement emphasizing reason, individualism, and skepticism. It presented a challenge to traditional religious views and forms of government. Then we talked about the French Revolution. The French Revolution completely changed the social and political structure of France, using Enlightenment ideas in the French Revolution. These Enlightenment ideas are going to help to end the French monarchy, end feudalism, and set up an example that influenced Europe and helped to shape many European modern day governments. Pretty cool. Then we talked about the Industrial Revolution. This is a period of major industrialization, right? The using of mechanical things in warehouses and whatnot to take raw materials to finished products, right? Our definition was the process by which an economy is transformed from primarily agricultural to one based on the manufacturing of goods. Individual manual labor is often replaced by mechanized mass production, and a craftsman and craftsmen are replaced by assembly lines. And if you remember, our key word for the Industrial Revolution was innovation. When you think Industrial Revolution, think innovation. And then we talked about imperialism. Our definition was the conquering of a foreign territory by powerful countries for natural resources and markets, right? And we talked about how industrial need equals imperial greed. That was our main phrase for imperialism. Industrial need equals imperial greed. In industrialization, you make all these products with raw materials and then you sell them in markets. So you need more raw materials to make finished goods to sell them. If you get greedy, you need more raw materials. And so industrial need equals imperial greed. These guys going out and trying to grab more and more resources, more and more resources, and more places to sell their finished products. Industrial need, indeed, equals imperial greed. Then we talked about World War One. There's four main causes, you know them: militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism. Then we talked about the spark, right? But let's go over our definition. Militarism: building up armed forces, getting ready for war, and the glorification of the military. Not a bad thing unless it's done too much, right? Alliances: agreements or promises to defend and help another country. Right? Not a bad thing unless one of those countries goes to war, and then a domino effect causes everyone to go to war. Then imperialism: a strong country taking over a weaker country for power, money, or resources. I don't really have any good examples of that being a good thing, right? Nationalism: also not a bad thing. Having a pride in your country or a deep devotion to one's nation and a willingness to defend it. Not a bad thing. Unless you have so much pride in your nation that you hate every other nation, then it's a bad thing, right? But ultimately, not a bad thing, not a bad thing. Can't think of any good reasons to do it or good examples of it, and not a bad thing, right? And then you have our spark, the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand. He was the heir presumptive of Austria. So it's a big deal he died or was killed, right? Because there is no heir for the king, so they have to have an heir presumptive. This guy's going to be the king after the king of Austria-Hungary dies, but he's killed. He's assassinated. And that starts a domino effect because of alliances. All right, that's our end of the week review. Please remember to do the exit ticket. If you don't know how, watch the how-to video in the YouTube link. Have a great day.